back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverly and it is so nice to see you all today. Today I just want to do a little talk with you about chronic pain. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter especially that is very ableist recently, and I just wanted to kind of raise a bit of awareness and get people kind of just thinking more compassionately and more caringly about other people who are suffering. So before I get into all of that, I am going to say it again. Down there is a little subscribe button. It costs nothing to click it and turn on the alarm, and this really helps me to grow my channel and also doing a giveaway of 500 subscribers. So yeah, just click the button. The chronic pain is something that I've had for the last, okay, we're not going to get into numbers. Never ask a lady her age. So chronic pain is something that I have suffered with since I was at university. Before I even had like my first major episode that told me that I was sick, I was dealing with chronic pain and chronic symptoms that I was kind of ignoring, as people tend to do. And I was pushing myself way too hard at work and things like that. And then I had my first episode. I will do one day like my whole chronic illness journey, but I'm kind of trying to stay away from that at the minute because even I can't believe everything I've been through in my life. But chronic pain is something that a lot of people deal with. It's something that can happen to anyone. It could come from an accident, it could come from an illness, a virus, anything. You can even get it from insect bites like Lyme disease. So everyone be vigilant. So what is chronic pain? So the definition of chronic pain is kind of like pain that is anywhere in the body that lasts for more to 3 to 6 months and doesn't have any origin that is like, so it's not a cut, it's like deep in there pain. So my pain is all over basically. I have chronic migraines and headaches. I have a lot of back pain. I have something called ankylosing spondylitis. And that basically is degeneration of the vertebrae. This causes immense pain, especially I get it in my upper spine and my neck, especially where my neck joins my skull. It's extremely painful, and I also have in my limbs like a very heavy, achy, dull pain. The closest thing that I can think of that this is like is when you've been working out, you've been at the gym and you've done far too much, and then the next morning you just feel like, oh, everything's heavy and I can't, ow, and it hurts. That's me all the time without fail. It's just all the time. Now I am on medication for these types of pains, but unfortunately there's no pain relief that actually gets rid of all pain. If there was, it would be amazing, but there isn't. All they can do is symptom management. If you're in chronic pain, then you kind of end up having tablets thrown at you and sent to different places. I'm having physiotherapy as well to try and deal with my joint pain because I have a thing called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and this is newly diagnosed to me, but it means I have too much collagen, so my joints are very floppity. I can pop joints out very easily, and it's just, I get a lot of pain from that. And I'm on tablets. I've been on tablets since I was like 23, 24, something like that. So a long time. But to be honest, I'd rather not be taking tablets at all. And I'm kind of turning towards more alternative therapies now. And I think a lot of people get to a certain point with their chronic pain and chronic illnesses where they're just like, modern medicine really just isn't hitting the spot. It works for a while, and they certainly do their best, but if you think about the difference, modern medicine's only been going for a couple of 100 years, and we've only really made big strides and taken them as a profession for about 150, 200 years, if that. there was a point where modern doctors did things like bleed you in order to get your illness out of you. You would have leeches applied to you and lots of blood taken. But if you look at things like Chinese traditional medicine and like Ayurvedic medicine, which is Indian, things like that have been around for thousands of years, and so a lot of people start to veer more towards that sort of spectrum, and that's kind of where I'm headed to right now. I think it's the combination of modern medicine and the fact that they can't completely deal with chronic pain. They just kind of, it seems to me, from being a blogger and a YouTuber and talking to other people who are in chronic pain and chronic illnesses, modern medicine, they kind of give up on you. If they can't cure you and they don't know what you've got, they kind of give up, and it's so difficult to deal with. It's very tiring just being in pain all day long and all night long. Pain sometimes it's so bad that makes you sick. Pain that makes you feel nauseous. I've had that this morning. All morning I've just been feeling really sick because my spine pain and this arm is very painful today. That's tiring. Also the fact that it keeps you up at night. I have things where like my legs will move in a strange way or my arms will tense up. You have to like concentrate on breathing through the pain and being in the moment. All of these sorts of things can definitely lead you to being overtired, and then add on to that chronic fatigue, which I also have, and I'll do another video on that as well if you'd like me to do that. But just imagine, okay, what can I think of it like? Okay, one time somebody described the pain that you have with fibromyalgia as being like the aches that you get with the flu. If you've ever had the flu or a really bad cold, that general all over achiness that lasts about a week and drives you crazy and you can't get comfortable and your clothes hurt, and that all the time, imagine it all the time for the rest of your life. And you go to see doctors and they're like, well, take these tablets. Do you think it might be all in your mind? Do you think you might be making it up? That sort of thing gets really old really quickly. And they do tend to make you feel like you're wasting their time or you're just making it up. And that gets tiring. And so a lot of people end up frustrated, and I know that I do. I get very frustrated with going to see doctors. Most of the time if I have to go and see a new doctor and I have to explain for the 5 millionth time what each of my diagnoses actually are, I've been told things like, well, fibromyalgia just means we haven't got a clue what to tell you, so just have this label and go away. I was like, thanks, that's great. You know, it's frustrating, and it's added on to the fact that it's frustrating that some days I can't get dressed. Some days I literally can't have a blanket on me, can't have any kind of thick heavy clothing on me. I've got some special pyjamas that are just for days like that, because my skin will feel like it's bruised all over, feel like I've been hit by a truck. And that's really horrible, because I like to get dressed. Like today I'm in a collective new skirt and a really nice top. I love getting dressed up. I love vintage fashion. If you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know that. And I just really, really love spending time getting dressed up, doing my makeup, things like that. Like, and when you're in pain, you can't always do that. Like, I would love, like a lot of the vintage girls have their hair all curled and it looks really nice, and they brush it out and they have all these cute 40s styles. And I look at them and I think, wow, I would love that. But I can't hold my hands above my head for very long, so I can't actually put rollers in and things like that. It's what chronic pain kind of holds you back from that is frustrating. Like the other night, my friend invited me out for like a meal and then out for drinks with her friends, and I was so excited, and I woke up that day feeling good. I got a couple of things done. I thought, I'm just going to rest. I ended up asleep all afternoon. I had a migraine. I was sent to bed early with extra meds. It was insane. And I felt extremely frustrated, and like I'd let myself down and I'd let my friend down, and I just felt really depressed about that. It was very hard for me to take. And I think sometimes it can be easy to think, oh well, that person wants attention, they're just going to say they're in pain. But it's not the case. If I wanted attention, I'd have gone out and complained about my pain all night. Instead, I went to bed and watched YouTube. So it's frustrating, it's difficult to deal with, it's tiring, and you have to find ways to deal with it. And one of those ways is alternative therapies. Now, I am a big believer in alternative therapies. I've really got into crystals recently, and I will often take an amethyst, which is really good for helping to heal and helping to just calm down. And I will hold the amethyst, or I'll hold it on the place that's hurting. The other night when I had a migraine, I was lying in bed with an amethyst balanced on my forehead all evening. And it could be just that trying to balance it on my forehead takes my mind off it, and so it doesn't seem to hurt as much. It might be that. I don't know. But either way, it works. So I would definitely look into that. I'm also starting to research crystals that are good for the illnesses that I have, and I'm going to get some bracelets made. So this bracelet is to help my root chakra, so to keep me grounded to the earth, which is really important for a psychic and an empath. So I bought this, and then the shop that I bought it from on Etsy, I'm going to be working with to make some bracelets for myself for each of my illnesses. Crystals are very powerful. They're part of the earth. They can really help. So I would definitely recommend finding crystals. You can find crystals on eBay, on Amazon. There are places that I've bought from in the past that I've mentioned on my Instagram. I'll leave some links down below. So just look around. There's loads of things, like if you like amethyst, or you found that amethyst is good for you, or citrine, just look up citrine necklace or citrine bracelet and you will come up with things like this. And they don't cost all that much either, and they're handmade, so I would definitely recommend. Other things I use are things like essential oils. So I have this for my anxiety, and I've mentioned this in a video before, but this one I have for headache and tension. I get a lot of tension headaches from tensing up. You do tense up when you're in pain, and it's not something that you do when you think about it, it just happens. This is really great. You just put it on your pulse points, on your temples and your pulses on your wrists. That eases headaches so fast, faster than medication, and it's usually my like step one go-to. If I'm in pain and I feel a headache come in, I'll just use this first, and then I'll try something else, and then I'll try something else, and then medicine is always the last option, because extra medications have side effects. These don't, unless you're allergic to anything, so always check ingredients when you're buying ready-made stuff like this. I also have this, which is called Flipping Fibro. Can you see that? I don't know if you can. But this is a topical massage oil. I use this a lot on my upper back. I get a lot of pain, so I will get my husband to rub it on the back, on the top of my back, and it does ease the pain. I don't know how it works. It's for nerve pain due to fibromyalgia, neuropathy and sciatica. You don't need a lot of it, so it lasts a long time. I have this shipped over from America. So I order it along with this Magi Balm, which they also do, which is great for neck pain, and if you're having arm pain. I will find these on Etsy. I haven't bought them for a long time because shipping from America is a lot, but it smells lovely, and it's just a little balm that you just dab on, And that's always like my step one if I'm in pain in my neck or upper back or my arms. Step one is always this. Step two is the CBD balm. I got this from Love CBD, which I believe is an English company, I'm not sure. This is legal. It's the hemp plant, so they have marijuana. I mean, I don't understand why marijuana is illegal anyway. I don't get it. I never have. This is CBD, so it's hemp plant without the addictive bit that will make you high. I also have this sometimes in like they like come in a little dropper, so it's not a balm, it's I don't know how to describe it. It's like in a tincture, and you put it under your tongue, or you can add it to drinks. That's really good, but I do find that it makes me really drowsy, so that's always like a backup thing. I don't know why it makes me drowsy, it's just the way it is. Topical I find works really well for me. So I will start off with this, and then I'll move on to this, and then I'll move on to this, and by that time, if I'm still in pain, it's a bad day. Then I'll hit the extra medications. And one last thing that I bought myself very recently, this is new to my little toolkit. This is a battery spot massager. It's not what you think. So it comes like this, and it has all these different heads that you can attach for different things. Like if you have like a really bad muscle cramp, you can use this. This I use a lot. It helps ease the muscles. So you just clip that on like that, switch it on. And I can use this sometimes with the oils and the balms, and it just like gets it right in the muscle. It feels really nice. It's got two settings, high, low and off. That's 3 settings. But the one I really like is this one. This is great. This is for your face. Now, this on your head when you have a headache is just the most delicious thing ever. It feels so lovely on your pulse points, on my neck and around my jawline, where I do actually grind my teeth a lot. I've always done it, it's a lifelong thing. I have a gum shield for when I sleep, but when I'm awake sometimes I'm clenching, and that will lead to a tension headache. This around my jaw really eases that off. I think when you get to a point where you've got chronic illness and you've had it for years, I'm not talking a short time, because if you've only had it for a short time, the best thing to do is go to your doctor and find out who they can refer you to, if there's people you should be seeing, if there's things that need to be done. Sometimes it's operations, sometimes it's treatments, who knows. I've tried also acupuncture, which is Chinese art, putting like little needles all in you. I've had that done on the NHS, but they will only let you have like 6 tries at it, like 6, but it doesn't really, it's not long lasting. Then you need to be having it all the time, like weekly, and I was having it like every 6 weeks. And so I had it for about a year. It was good. It really helped my upper back pain, but unfortunately it's just out of my price range. If I was to pay privately to have acupuncture, we're talking hundreds a month, and I don't have that kind of money. A lot of people who have chronic illnesses, who can't work, like I can't work, it's a struggle, you know. It's very difficult to then be able to afford the extra things that you need. And unfortunately, because a lot of alternative therapies have become like trendy now, they've jacked up the prices, and a lot of people with chronic illnesses who actually need that type of stuff. We can't afford it. But chronic illness and disability is not something that we do for attention. It's not something that we are putting on. People who are called malingerers, or people who put it on because of mental health issues, there's something like 0.1% of the people with chronic illness and disability. So we just need to open our eyes up and see the suffering that's going on around us and just be a bit more compassionate. So this has been my TED talk. So there you go. I wanted to just come and talk a little bit about chronic pain, because I have had people staring at me and giving me weird looks when we park up in like disabled parking, and they look at me as if to say, you're not old enough to be parking in disabled parking. But not everybody who's disabled is, you know, disfigured and has arms and legs missing. Not everybody who's disabled is old. You just need to open your little eyeballs and just be a bit more caring, people. So I hope that you are having a good day. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope I didn't waffle too much. And I hope that some of the things that I've shown you, I will link down below. And hopefully they will help somebody out there. Because I think if we all share the things that help us and we all try different things, I think we're going to find things that actually work. I think it's my time to go. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all on Friday. Bye.